from a literal bunch of scaredy cats in Osaka, Japan who felt an earthquake incoming before it actually struck, in 6.1 magnitude quake that nearly destroyed an entire airport in the Philippines, to a powerful tremor in China that sent students ducking for cover. An event in 2015 that destroyed over 600,000 buildings in Nepal. Here are some earthquake moments that caught on security cameras. Number 1. Izmir is a metropolitan city in western Turkey. On October 30th of 2020, an earthquake registering between 6.6 and 7.0 struck about 9 miles of the coast of Sivas, a Greek island. Of South Izmir. Employees at an advertising firm in the city braced themselves in the office, hoping the building would not collapse beneath them. We see the girl in green's priorities lie as she risks everything to grab her phone elsewhere in the office. We see hanging lights swinging the lobby as the girl in green tries to find something, holding on to another man hustles to hide under the desk. Before a light fixer from the ceiling, rolling desks and chairs slide, employees try to holding something stable. One woman almost gets knocked out by a falling printer. The main quake was followed by 1,400 aftershocks, with 43 registering as 4.0 magnitude. Number 2. A city in China in which we worried about monsoons, flood and landslides, but that does not mean they are impervious to other natural disaster. On June 1st of 2022, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake seen in different CCTV cameras. The most telling footage comes from Lushan Middle School, where students had clearly practiced their earthquake drills. The earthquake forcing a frightening mom to grab her child and race toward the door. She hesitates through as debris may be falling in the front of door elsewhere. A sleeping dog takes off. After quake interrupts nap time at Lushan Middle, students hear the distant sirens and immediately hide under their desk. Once it's safe, their teacher her everyone flee. The classroom, an early warning went out to 10 million around the epicenter about 9 seconds before the earthquake struck. Perhaps that's what the students in the second classroom heard over the intercom as they all drop under their desk. Number 3. On September 28th of 2018, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck the Minahasa Peninsula, a thin strip of land around the Gulf of Tonga. Aside from 150 aftershocks, the quake also several 5-foot tsunami waves crashing into the coast. Then, an 18-foot wave over the entire island that it looks like a small crowd is preparing for any show. Then, the earthquake strikes, the CCTV shakes as crowd scatters in every direction. Loose object falls from the ceiling and people literally throw themselves over the tables in utter panic. Water floods perimeter and weaken the floor tiles, cracking and popping out of place. Meanwhile, the security cameras around the port almost break off. They remain intact long enough to record a loading crane toppling over and crashing into the pavement. Number 4. Clark International Airport opened in 1996. On April 22nd of 2019, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake rocked Clark International Airport. And those inside the airport grabbed their loved ones and scattered to cover by wound. When debris began falling from ceiling, a terminal full of travelers descends into chaos as the earthquake shakes everything. One man gets struck on banister. After getting through security, he almost drags the entire thing with it. We see another security teams panic as they run for panic. Light fixers fall from the ceiling, narrow alley missing 2 women in a checking area. People cover their heads, hoping for the best. And at the end of line, we see a few men barely escape the outside before the roof caves in above them. Aftermath shots of check-in and the departure area makes one thing pretty clear. Number 5. Kathmandu is a most important business district. On April 25th, a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake brought business to a grinding halt. It was the worst natural disaster to strike the country. The quake triggered an avalanche on Mount Everest that claimed 22 lives. Entire villages crumbled, leaving hundreds of thousands of people homeless. Throughout the country, in a city of Tripura shore, CCTV cameras captured the moment when the earthquake struck. The scooters, cars, and foot tracks navigate the busy intersection. It's hard to imagine. The ground starts shaking and people starts running, cars stop in their tracks. Clusters of people gathered in the streets, not wanting to stand near any tall building. Now this clip does not do justice to the total destruction experience. That day in Nepal, 6 million structures were either damaged or completely leveled. 9,000 people lost their lives.